Hello, everyone. My name is Markety, and today I am going to take you on a journey through the evolution of Black protest music, a powerful medium that has served as a voice for marginalized communities and a call to action for justice. In our course over the past few weeks, we have often discussed terms like allyship, intersectionality, and Black identity. Today, I will show how these ideas come alive in music, illustrating how artists have used their voices to challenge injustice and inspire change. Whether it's a civil rights anthem, a hip hop protest song, or a modern Black Lives Matter anthem, these songs reflect and shape the fight for equality. So let's dive in. In this presentation, we're going to dive into the dynamic world of Black protest music, exploring how it has served as a powerful tool for resistance and identity formation across decades. And first, we'll look at its historical evolution starting from the 1960s during the civil rights movement, and then we'll move through the rise of hip hop in the 1980s, and then we'll conclude with its resurgence in the 2010s and a little bit of the present in 2020s, alongside movements like Black Lives Matter. And also, along the way, we'll uncover recurring themes such as resilience, identity, and cultural survival. And we'll also connect this music to key chorus concepts like intersectionality, Black identity, and allyship, illustrating how these terms shape and are shaped by the music. And lastly, we consider the broader cultural and social impact of Black protest music, showing how it has inspired change and continues to amplify marginalized voices. This journey through the music and its meanings will highlight how art serves as both a mirror to society and a catalyst for transformation. So let's begin. Starting off with the 1960s. And the 1960s was a pivotal decade for protest music, aligning closely with the critical race theory. It was developed by scholars like Derek Bell and Kimberly Crenshaw. A critical race theory actually examines how racism is embedded in the laws and structures of society. Protest music during this time reflected these principles by challenging segregation, systemic racism, and economic inequality. For example, James Brown's anthem, Say It Loud, I Am Black and I Am Proud, embodied Black identity by celebrating cultural pride and resisting societal erasure. And as we discussed in our week 11 lecture, this assertion of identity was an act of defiance against a system that sought to devalue Black lives. Now, how is the music in the 1960s so impactful? And let me tell you that protest music during the 1960s didn't just call for justice, it actually celebrated resilience. And resilience, as we have learned, is the ability to endure and thrive despite adversity. And Nina Simone's Mississippi Goddam, written in response to racially motivated violence, is an iconic example of that. And according to our previous lessons, we learned that resilience often intertwines with Black identity, the pride and self determination that communities express in the face of oppression. And so Simone's song actually embodied this spirit, calling out injustice while affirming the strength and determination of the Black community. Her music is a testament of how protest songs can inspire action while also providing healing and affirmation to this people. Now, let's switch gear to the 1980s. And as we move into the 1980s, we see the emergence of hip hop as a revolutionary form of protest music. And hip hop gave a voice to the struggles of urban Black communities, addressing systemic racism, police brutality, and economic inequality. Cultural nationalism, which is a concept from our course, was at the core of this movement. It's about rejecting assimilation and celebrating the values and traditions of one's heritage. And so Public Enemy's Fight the Power exemplifies this idea. While its powerful lyrics and calls for unity, the song became an anthem of empowerment. And according to our previous lessons, we learned that hip hop in the 1980s wasn't just music. It was a movement that brought attention to the realities of systemic oppression. And so hip hop artists in the 1980s didn't just create music, they actually built a platform for Black cultural nationalism. This term, as we have defined it, emphasizes pride in cultural heritage and the rejection of assimilation. And through hip hop, artists like Public Enemy highlighted the beauty and strength of Black communities while exposing systemic issues like the mass incarceration and poverty. And according to the critical race theory, systemic racism usually operates within structures like the justice system, which hip hop often critiques. Songs like Fight the Power directly challenge that status quo, showing how music could actually serve as a catalyst for activism and empowerment. Now, let's fast forward to the 2010s, a little bit of the present. And protest music actually evolved to address contemporary issues, particularly through the lens of intersectionality. And Kimberly Crenshaw's theory of intersectionality reveals how overlapping forms of discrimination like racism, sexism, and classism shaped lived experiences. And Beyonce's Formation song is a striking example of that. The song doesn't just celebrate Black heritage, it also highlights the unique struggles of Black women, blending pride with protest. And back to our week 11 lesson, intersectionality allows us to see how different forms of oppression are interconnected, making it essential for achieving true equity. Not only that, but also Childish Gambino's This Is America song offers a chilling commentary on systemic racism, gun violence, and the commodification of Black culture. The music video compares vibrant dance sequences with unsettling violence, forcing viewers to confront uncomfortable truth about society. Both of these songs remind us that protest music in this era not only critiques injustice but also challenges audiences to reflect and act. And so, protest music continues to play a central role in movements like Black Lives Matter. And Kendrick Lamar's All Right is a perfect example. The song's message of resilience and hope became a rallying cry during protests against police brutality. And based off our week 13 lesson, we learned that allyship is a key here. As many artists collaborate with an activists to amplify their messages, protest music serves not only as a critique of injustice, but also as a source of hope and solidarity. It reminds us that change is possible when communities come together. And so the death of George Floyd in 2020 sparked a global reckoning with systemic racism. Critical race theory helps us understand how these systems operate, particularly in the institutions like policing. So artists responded with powerful songs and tributes such as Hers, I Can't Breathe. This music became a rallying cry for justice, reflecting both the pain of loss and the shape and the hope for change. It's a reminder that protest music doesn't just reflect the times, it helps us shape them. And so songs like these ensure that the fight for justice continues across generations. And so throughout this presentation, we have seen how key terms like resilience, Black identity, and intersectionality have shaped protest music. And based on our week 11 and 13 lectures, these concepts aren't just theoretical, they are lived experiences that inform the fight for justice. Protest music embodies these ideas, serving as both a critique of oppression and a celebration of cultural strength. In conclusion, protest music has been and continues to be a powerful tool for resistance, empowerment, and change. From the civil rights movement to the Black Lives Matter, it has amplified voices, inspired action, and connected communities. Music isn't just a reflection of society, it's a way to challenge it and shape its future. And honestly, on a personal note, this course and project have deepened my appreciation for the role of art in societal movements. I've learned that how music serves as both a reflection of cultural experiences and a powerful tool for resistance. This journey has shown me the importance of understanding history through creative expression and the significance of standing in solidarity with those fighting for justice. Thank you so much for listening.